Hi there, and welcome to Tarot by Fernanda. On today's reading, we're going to go over who are you going to marry and have kids with, okay? Or build a family with. So, building a family does not necessarily translate into having kids. This could be, just building a home together. And who are you going to marry is also not necessarily legal marriage, but, it could be spiritual, religious. Could be that you two come together and this is like the end game for you, like this is the one, but you don't necessarily have to marry this person. But if it's in the cards, like it's clear that you two will actually have like a religious marriage or something like that, and it shows it in here, I'm gonna let you know for sure. Now, it's very simple. In case that you're very new to this dynamic, all you do is choose one of the four groups. You can go either by choosing the card or by choosing the crystal. Now, all of these are Peruvians opals, and I wanted them to all be the same so we don't get confused with colors, okay? Because sometimes people tend to choose their favorite color, and I did not want this to happen this time. So do it whether it is through the crystal or through the card, and take your time. I usually give a good 1 to 2 minutes. I'll place a picture in a bit where you can clearly see the cards and the crystals. And if you need more time than those 2 minutes, press pause and take all the time you need to choose the right pile for you. Okay, now I also do encourage you to please subscribe to my channel. This is a brand new channel. I've been doing tarot readings for years, but I'm brand new on YouTube. So, if you can also give me a like, I will really appreciate that. Those actions you have value, and will help this channel to grow pretty quick. So, I appreciate that. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4. I'll see you in a couple seconds. Bye. Hi there, group number 1, and welcome to your reading if you chose this beautiful Peruvian opal. I'll leave it here on the side along with your cards because we're going to start I'm going to start your reading. And for me, it was really important that the crystals were the same for all groups because I wanted to make sure that you were not going for it because of the color itself and that you were really being pushed to use your intuition. So hopefully you did take the time to choose your pile, and if not, just pause and go back. It's I think that it is an important reading, and we'll see what information your angels give to me about this encounter or the personality of this person, and also what type of home you two will build. Okay, so start with who is this person that you will end up, well, you're definitely marrying this person. Okay, you are 100% marrying this person. So I did mention in the beginning that, or I don't know if I mentioned it, that of course for everyone, maybe they're not gonna legally marry. Some people will have just like a religious or spiritual ceremony. Some people will just get together and like live together happily ever after. But for you two, I really do picture like proper marriage. This person, I do think that he is someone who believes in marriage, or like kind of uh, believes in two people meeting and getting together, and like he believes in like being together for life. He believes in like magical union as well. That is something that it's clear in here. Let's see, who is this person? Oof. Okay. Alrighty. So you got as well here fertility. So this type of couple, Cleopatra and Caesar, this is a type of couple that is definitely a power couple. There is strong physical connection. I think that this is a very passionate couple. And this is very peculiar to me because to me, Cleopatra was someone who had like was very strong-willed, and she was someone who had like such a strong personality, and Caesar was also the same way, but he really fell for her. And I feel like you two are people that have strong personalities, or I'm not saying like I don't feel like you necessarily have like a masculine energy. That's not what I'm feeling, but you feel very strong about something specific and you're not going to give in. So whether it is your job, your career, a specific thing that you want to have or do, like let's say maybe he is not so sure about kids, but you are, and you're not giving in. And I feel like you two have very strong personalities, but one person, you two have strong personalities, but you are capable of talking it out, because at the end of the day, you end up being supportive towards each other in your endeavors. So he may be looking for, I don't know, power, and you will support him, but he has to give you kids. Like there is this thing that I'm feeling of like, we are two very strong people, and we will have to kind of come together and be like, okay, I'll give in on this because I don't care about it and I'm supporting you, but then you gotta support me on this. So that is something. It is very clear. I do think that you two generally will have such a like strong physical attraction. I'm not saying that you will be showing PDA like in public, but I just but I do feel that you're that type of couple that may actually enjoy sometimes a bit of confrontation just because it makes intimacy even better. Like that is the vibe I'm getting from this. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the thing is, because I did this same reading in my Spanish channel, and the same cards are coming out for group number 1, which I'm amazed at it. And something in here that it's clear, and I think it's going to be clear in every single group, is that all of this groups, what you will have in common is that this relationship were destined. This relationships were something that was meant to happen. And I do think that that, you know, we all have a journey. We'll be dating other people, but there is that one person. There is the one we choose to commit to, okay? Because this is something I always talk in relationship readings, is that you need 4 things, 4 pillars, okay, to be strong like a chair. And it's intimacy, which is the water element, is feeling comfortable one with the other person, like feeling comfortable together, feeling like you can open up. Then intellectual connections, so you need to be capable of like having proper conversations. Then you also need like the chemistry, so the physical attraction. And one thing that sometimes couples do have those 3, but they will never last if they don't have the 4th one, which is the commitment, which is the earth element. Okay. And that is because you're making decisions that will affect your future. Okay. It's not something that is just like, okay, it's an easy decision. So it really seems like this person is destined for you. This union, it is destined for you too. Can you tell me a bit more about this person, his personality? Okay. He may be your, okay. So you got now here, you got really powerful energy. I really see like I see a power couple here. Okay. The type of couple that does, everyone talks about. Even sometimes I guess people don't understand how you two can be together because you do have like very strong personalities. Um, I do feel like this person, yes, he's strong will. He, for you guys specifically, I do feel like this person, yes, he may have a big ego or she may have a big ego, but he also is very wise. Okay. He has done a lot of work on himself. Um, he has like this tough shell on the outside because of the amount of responsibility that he feels he has. But at the end of the day, he's someone who is open for magic. I will say he's someone who is open for um tenderness. And I do think that that is also part of your story because you're going to be someone who's very clever. I'm sure there were like a lot of beautiful women that Caesar could have, and I'm sure that he had them. But there's a reason why he was so attracted to her. And I just feel like some of you will be like, you will have a strong personality, but you're a very feminine person and you are capable of like being so tender and sweetness and caring for the person. So you get him without him realizing it. And I'm really getting that because of this specific story. I'm actually rereading the book of 1001 Nights. In that book is actually, it starts with this couple of he used to kill his wife every night. So every day he will marry a new woman. But then he encounters this person who she's so clever. She starts reading him a book or she starts telling him like a story. And then she doesn't finish it. And then she's like, well, if the Sultan is okay or the king is okay with it, we can continue the story tomorrow. So he would not kill her. And that way there's like 3 years later or almost 3 years later and she keeps telling stories and then at the end he's like, okay, I'm not gonna kill you because at this point I love you. So she's very clever, right? So I feel like this story is about a struggle of power. I feel like there is also this sense that he or she may be your first love. Now, because of that feeling, I think that you two may be separated for some time. So you meet this person and then you come together again later on in life. Because I'm just getting like a first love type of energy here as well. Let's see. How are you two meeting? If there's any information about this. Also, I'll say that this person could be an Aries because of his strong personality. But I will tell you a bit more about the zodiac sign and even the letter. The first letter of his name. Yeah, okay, so you two may actually meet through um there is sense of something like something freshly coming in or something new or like news coming in. So I okay, there are different scenarios they're telling me here, but like I said, some of you will actually meet each other and then meet again later on in life, right? So it's not like a normal trajectory. There's going to be a pause for a lot of you too. Another thing is you're meeting this person right after like a breakup or he just broke up with someone, so will be like a weird timing. And the main thing is that initially the connection that you two will have will be more of an intellectual connection, which will go with the with here with wisdom, because this is why he is not expecting it and he falls for you before he like realizes it, because I do think that he is dealing with other stuff. He's not really thinking. It's not that you're not beautiful, but it's just that his mind is not necessarily there. Or maybe he thought he didn't have a chance with you because your mind was not necessarily there. But there is like this feeling of you two connect intellectually. So that could also be through school, right? You two could be meeting each other at school. But I do see a lot of like, you two could be very powerful together as well. I feel like you two could be influencers, like an influencers couple. You two could be like, you may be like marrying a politician. I just see this couple like you two having a lot of power, and because of the personality you have, you can withstand so much. So this could be a couple that goes through a lot, not emotionally. This is not someone who is having trouble emotionally or, in commitment. I really don't see like that at all, which I know I'm going to see in other like groups. You two are such a strong team. The struggle that you may go through is instead something you two are signing up for. So one of you two could be famous and the other person has the personality, has what it takes to be the husband or the wife of someone famous, and himself or herself becoming an influencer, or like, if your husband is the president or first minister. So it's just I really feel like this person will be greatly supported by you, will become someone important, but he will be thanking you for that as well, because he needs like a very strong wife, a really strong partner. That is what I'm sensing. And you have such a strong personality too, which is what I wanted to say. This reading is not about you, and this is why I'm not focusing on you, but I just want to say that no one is bound down to anyone. No one is giving in on things that really matters to them. I do truly see marriage in here and union. With this Four of Wands, I do see marriage, but for some reason, I'm finding it like they're talking about tradition. Tradition. Like this person is traditional, but with a sense of magic. So he's someone who definitely will want marriage, but will maybe more open to like, okay, if you're not as religious, I still do want something spiritual. Like I want the legal marriage and I want the spiritual like party, because I do want something that we promise to someone or something greater than us, that we will be together. I feel it like a bit of a fairy tale type of a story of you two. Now this person could be a Scorpio. What are some of the zodiac signs? Now, also, group 1, do you remember to subscribe, please? This is a very, new channel. I do have a Spanish channel, and I'm just starting my English one, so I will really appreciate if you could subscribe and also give it a like, and share it with others if you feel like it. There's also Gemini in here. And you got Virgo. So you got Gemini, Virgo, and Scorpio. And let me see if there's something else they tell me about kids, home, And then we're going to look at your oracle cards, see what they say. And if there's anything about kids. Because of the type of dynamic you two have, and with this couple and this couple and this couple, I just feel like you two are power couples that are more invested in building a legacy and an empire. So I just feel like you two may not be thinking of kids right now. I see you starting with pets to begin with, adopting like a dog or a cat, or more than one, several of them. More than more than you having kids right away. I don't see you having kids right away. I do think that you two really want to enjoy each other. I do see you two being driven by power, achieving something, and supporting each other in your endeavors. So that is kind of the main theme in your relationship to begin with. And I really feel like you two feel like, okay, we have found each other and let's just enjoy each other as much as we can in this life. And then you got here codependency and joy. Okay, so I do feel like there's more like a trajectory of like a lot of work that has to be done. And this could also kind of explain a little bit more why I was feeling that maybe some of you will actually, it will not be a straight line, but it will be like a split story. So you will like split at some point and then come back together. Yeah, I just think that there will be a learning curve about like you two, like once again, like I do feel like power is the main theme, and it makes me think a bit of like Chuck and Blair of Gossip Girl, not the new TV show because that is seriously I don't like it at all, but the original one. So if you're familiar with that couple, you know both of them like take out like all the darkness they had, but the main theme is power. And like the I think there's a learning curve of like learning that what you do to others or what you're willing to sacrifice should never ever, like you should never do that to your partner. Like one thing is, you know, like in business, I'm sure that people that are really like successful, they have learned ways of persuading people to do things that maybe they're not sure about, things like that. So never use those skills you have, you know, on your partner, because your partner is your partner. He is not a business, like pawn. So I think there is a big message about that of like treat your partner always with respect, because that is sacred. And I think that that is the most important thing. You two will always have to respect that. You two are sacred to each other and you never play with that, right? Everyone else if you want to, but you never play with that. And I don't see you being like a bad person or vile or like you manipulating others, no. But I'm just saying I do think that you have such a strong personality that maybe you may be at times crossing people that they're not so sure of what they want, and it's maybe very easy to take things away from them and legally, you know, but never do use those things on your partner. I really see that you are always meant to understand that your relationship is sacred, and this is what I'm seeing. Let me see for the first letter of the name of the person. So you got the letter Z. So Z as in zoo or Zendaya. Zendaya, yeah, it starts with Z. Then you got W, O, and F. F as in Fernanda, O as in Oscar, W as in William, and Z as in Zendaya. Okay, so those are the 4 letters. And remember to subscribe, to give it a like, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this Peruvian opal, welcome. Now, this one, I really like it because it's so round. I will soon actually have, will be making all these crystals that I have into necklaces and have them on my website. That my website you can find out in the description box, where you can also book your personalized reading, okay? I'll put the oracle cards on this side because we are going to start with your reading. By we, I mean just me and my dog who is sitting next to me. Okay, so let's start with your reading group number 2. See who is the person who you are going to be marrying and, you know, actually create a life with this person and have kids, or, you know, adopt a pet, or, you know, travel the world. So we will see who this person is, his personality. Maybe they will give me more details I have about how you two meet. And yeah, also, if you haven't done so, I do invite you to subscribe to my channel or just give it a like. You know, I promise you won't regret it. With your support, the channel will grow very quickly. I do have another channel in Spanish, and I'm always so thankful about the support. So, yeah, thank you for that. Now, right away, this person, okay, with this King of Cups, oof, I love a King of Cups. And this is someone who may be, I will say already, a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. Okay? He most likely is a water sign. I already can feel like he's someone who is very, who you will have like really profound conversations. Like, he will, like, yeah, I just feel like he's very deep in everything he talks about. So he will be someone who will need that depth from you as well. Will need for you to be able to have like conversations about your traumas or how you're feeling. He definitely will need that, because someone elusive, someone who doesn't want to talk about what's going on, definitely will not be a match for this King of Cups. This person is someone who, he was not always someone who was emotionally stable. I do think there's a journey in here, of course, to even get here. But I do feel like he has found that emotional stability. That it also could mean that, he could have been someone who had, who has lived some struggles, even like maybe abused some liquid things like alcohol. And but he's now someone who knows how to love. He can be very romantic, but he's no longer a kid. Like, he's not someone who you can easily manipulate, let's say. Like, he is not. And not saying that you would. I'm just saying that, in general, he is someone who has learned through his experiences, his romantic experiences. He prioritized feelings, he prioritized love. And I do think when I see a King of Cups, it also, the type of king that I'm getting usually does tell me what is it that life threw at him the most. Because we all learn through different things. Some people is through the lack of money, because that is what pushed them to push their boundaries. Some people is through relationships, and some relationships that really hurt them, and that made them really think, okay, I do need to work on my emotional wounds and understand why I am putting myself in these situations and feeling this way. And I feel like he did that work. I feel like he is that type of person. Definitely someone who will really, like, if something is not okay, he will notice that. I think he's very perceptive of people's moods. He's someone very perceptive. He may be more mature emotionally than his age at this point, or he just may be a bit older than you. Let's see, what else can they tell me about this other person? Got the Six of Swords. He may have moved around a little bit already, but the main thing, I do feel like he is not just like a coincidence that he is where he is emotionally. I do think he is in love with love, and he has always been in love with love, but he has learned his lessons. He has made the effort of walking away from specific situations and healing and putting himself together. Like, that is very clear in the description they are giving me. He's someone who realized he will always choose peace of mind, peace of heart at the end of the day. I do think he travels. He could be traveling a lot because of work. He is someone who he may travel a lot, or he is a foreigner. So when you two meet, let's say, I don't know, you live in Toronto, everyone is from like different places. Myself, I'm Mexican, so let's say in Toronto, and he is from, I don't know, Argentina. He may be a foreigner. And by foreigner, I mean like he was not born in where, like, in that specific country. Okay, And you may be a foreigner too, you know. I'm not saying that you're not. It's just that I just feel like he has traveled around a little bit. He has met really tough decisions to work on himself. He is definitely a hardworking person, I'll say. He is that kind of husband that will love you and will always make sure there is food on the table no matter what. Like, no matter what, he is that type of like hardworking man. It is interesting because in the Spanish version, I was getting the vibe of more of a dark personality. And here I'm getting more like the transformed person. I was getting a group two for the other, like for the other channel. I was actually getting Scorpio vibes, like water energy vibes as well, which is really interesting, because you're getting them here too. But the personality is a little bit different because this person is really hardworking. This person is someone who will never make excuses. Okay, he will never be like without a job for too long. He's someone who is always willing to learn and to better himself, and he understands the importance of investments as well, I'll say that. And yeah, like I said, just reiterate that he has always been in love with love. So you will get someone, you know what I picture, you know, like in movies there's always like this like more like older man who looks like Italian, who has like a beard, and he loves wine, and he's just in love with love. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe, and that is what I'm getting. I'm getting someone who's very like, who has loved intensely in the past, but he has been able now to understand the difference between lust and actual and infatuation and actual love, and then also understood the importance of understanding who you're going to bed with, you know. And like, it's not just about falling in love, it's about like genuinely caring about the person in front of you for the right reasons. He's someone who has also kind of gone like kind of a hermit at times. He may have like stopped dating for many, many years. You know, he may be someone who, when you meet him, he hasn't dated anyone for like 5, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, because he has done a lot of discovering. I do feel like this person may also be very intuitive or very magical. Or this, if you're someone who's very like more like spiritual, intuitive, magical, this will be the right person for you. Because even if he is more of a earthy person, by earthy I mean like uh he may not believe in much stuff necessarily. Like, he it's not whether he believes or not, it's more that he's very focused on this three-dimensional world and he likes it, you know. He doesn't question things. Even if he's like that, the type of person he is the type of person that could hold your uniqueness. He could hold your magic. He could have that space for you if you needed that, you know? And this is beautiful because as a tarot reader, this is something I personally have always like look for, because this type of person, you don't need someone that necessarily is spiritual, but someone who can hold magic. And I feel like he's that type of person that could hold your uniqueness. And if you're a very spiritual person, if you're someone who, let's say, loves animals and wants to save like all the animals in the world, let's say, he will be able to hold that dream for you. I don't feel, it's very different from group one. I don't feel like he has set intentions of what he wants. He doesn't want power, he wants love. That's the number one priority in his life. So with that said, I already feel like you two will probably want to expand your family. You two will want kids. Maybe, I'm not saying you, but he definitely will want that. And I just get this feeling like he will want whatever you want. He just wants, he really, I know I keep saying it, but he is this type of person that believes that love wins all. Love conquers all. Love is the most important thing in this world, more than anything else. Like, more than money, more than power, more than influence, more than time. He thinks love is it. I do think he has been cheated on in the past, or maybe he even betrayed people at some point, but that's in the past. Can you tell me a little bit more about maybe how they will be meeting? Nine of Arrows. You two already have like a connection in your dreams. You two, yeah, oh my gosh. I do think that this person, you two, one of you two must be magical, or maybe both of you are very magical and intuitive and have maybe like specific skills. um because I do see like you have already met throughout your dreams. You have already met throughout like in other realms you have met. And I'm not talking about past lives. I'm talking about like while you're in this three-dimensional world, you two have already met. Like you go to each other's dreams and meet sometimes and have conversations. Now, some of you, I do feel like maybe this person, you met this person briefly at some point, and then you will meet this person again later on, okay? But I just feel like, but I don't feel like that feeling of separation as strong in this group, to be honest. I really feel like he has been accompanying you throughout your journey. It's like you two were destined for each other. And I really feel like you always wanted like that Prince Charming, or you always wanted like someone very specific. Like to me, like in my head is Prince Charming, but to you, for you, could be different. You could be always wanting like that strong man that will take care of you, or you'll always want like that beautiful woman that will cook for you, or that will like, that will like give you a hug, and you will want to like protect her, let's say. So whatever qualities you have always dream of, I'm telling you, this person has them. This will be like so dreamy, not because his personality is dreamy, but because it's exactly what you have been wishing for. So the whole ordeal is so dreamy. The whole thing, it's so dreamy. Okay. When it comes to kids, if you guys genuinely do want kids, I do see a lot of you like trying. I do think that, okay, one thing is they're telling me already that your plans about having kids. Oh, actually, before I say that, we're gonna do just letting you know what's left. I'm gonna still give you the zodiac sign that most likely this person is. I still have to show you your oracle cards, and also I still have to give you the letters of the first name of this person, okay? The first letter of his or her first name, okay? So don't go yet because I'm not finished. They're telling me that your plans, whatever plans you have, will transform, like will change, will evolve. So if you genuinely wanted kids, maybe this will change. Maybe if you did not want kids at all, this will change with this person. This is something they're telling me like throughout the time, like you two together, your original plans of like what married life will look like, what being together will look like, will be very different from what you expected in a really good way. And I'm saying it in a really good way because with this Nine of Cups, it's like you're getting exactly the life. You're very satisfied with your life. I really feel like this is such a dreamy, soulmate, lovey-dovey connection, in a very deep connection. I think that some people never have this. Some people will never have like the depth that you two have with each other, because we all of us, each couple will have like one pillar that is stronger between like commitment, intimacy, chemistry, and intellectual connection. Alrighty. Oh, and also about kids, I was going to say, some of you, I do see that those that do want kids, I do see you trying for some time, and yeah, trying for some time, but then at the end you're able to have kids. But I do see like the struggle in the beginning, so don't worry about it. It does seem like I'm seeing it here because of the energy. There will be struggle to have a baby to begin with, but you will be able to have the baby you wanted. And even I'm even getting like, even if it's adoption, at the end of the day you will have babies if that's what you wanted to have, you know. Let's see what zodiac sign this person is, and then we'll look at the oracle cards. I'm really liking this energy. Let's see what are okay, this one really wanted to come out. So this person may be a Virgo. So your prince or princess could be a Virgo. These are not zodiac signs. Is there someone else? Like I said, I do think that this person may have water energy as well. So Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. There's Leo as well, and you also got Gemini. Oh, really interesting. You didn't get any water sign. That is interesting. Okay, so Virgo, Leo, or Gemini, and your cards you got. Okay, you got allow your friends to help you and free yourself. Okay, I do think that this is talking about, because I do see that you two will go very deep in your connection. I do think that you may need a third party to guide you into it could be therapy, it could be like couples therapy, but I do feel that you two share a bit like a really strong bond. It's not the lack of love or anything like that. I don't see like a separation or something. No, must be about the struggle here that you may be experiencing may just be about your needs. But that may actually be because of the babies, because I do see that there may be struggles to begin with, and maybe that will lead to couples therapy to kind of voice each other's needs and like what's happening and the fears, you know. But I don't get any like feeling of like this being a bad situation whatsoever. I feel like this person is such a loving person and will be a great dad, and is such a hardworking person and will never leave you stray. Like, will never, is not the person that gives up. That's what I'm getting from it. Okay, let's look at the letters. So the first letter of his first name, we got 4. So there's P as in Peter. You got M as in Martial. You got a T as in Thomas. I love these letters, are actually hearts. And you got a D as in Dwayne. Okay, so D, T, M, and P. And remember to subscribe, give it a like, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Hi there, group number 3, and welcome to your reading if you chose this beautiful Peruvian opal. I wanted to make sure that all crystals were the same type of crystals because I wanted to make sure no one for this specific reading will be choosing based on their favorite color. So I do hope that you took the time to choose your pile, and if you didn't and you realize now that you chose over kind of too quick and not necessarily using your intuition, feel free to go back to the intro and take the time to choose your pile. Okay, but now without further ado, I'm going to start your reading, group number 3, and see who is this person who you will end up marrying and building a home. Okay, and everyone has a different definition of a home. Actually, you know what? I'm also going to cleanse this deck that I'm realizing I forgot to do. So we're gonna do this. And remember to subscribe, to give it a like. This is a very like new YouTube channel, so I will really appreciate if you could subscribe and if you could give it a like to my video, because that will help it grow faster. And okay, so let's start. Who are you marrying and building a home with? Who is this person? Two of Spades. Who is this person? I'm already getting like Sagittarius energy vibes. Someone who is a traveler, someone who is an explorer, someone who, ooh, a Queen of Cups. That is interesting. Someone who loves to, oh. Six of Cups. Someone who wants to explore a little bit more the world. Maybe someone that also needs to feel like a certain level of freedom. With the Princess of Staves. Interesting. Okay. So definitely this person, I do think he is someone who travels. Let me just place this like this. Okay. He's someone who loves to travel, who loves, like I said, a sense of freedom, a sense of like there's a possibility always, and he's not like stuck, right? That's something that is clear in here. I do feel like he may be a fire sign. He may be someone like a free spirit. Not saying he won't commit, because at the end of the day, this is a person who you're committing to, right? But he is someone who is free spirited. He's someone who, I guess he feels like there's a long trajectory for him to go through, because he just feels like there's so much for me to experience and live. Now, he is definitely someone very intuitive. He's someone very empathetic to other people's feelings. He's not the type of person, sometimes we think, oh, someone is like free spirit, so he is someone who's so detached. No, he's not that type of person. With this Queen of Cups, he's definitely not that type of person. He's someone who will take everything personal, okay? And it will be, I guess it will be tough, because he may be like a fire sign, so Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but he on his moon sign may be a water sign. So he will take everything personal. So that's Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. He feels deeply. I just feel like he will feel like very deeply. He will take everything personal. I'm feeling like it's tricky to deal with someone like that wants his freedom, but also wants emotional safety. And he's someone very loyal. Like, he will be loyal. He is someone who's very loyal, who will not stray, but it's because, he will have this constant need of just always feeling like you're up for an adventure, that he has that door open of like, if he were to wake up and be like, hey, do you want to go to this place? And you're like, sure. He wants to feel like there's that freedom. Yeah. So there's that on the outside, but on the inside, he's such a he's an empathetic baby. he's someone who feels deeply, who will have this necessity of like feeling safe. Definitely, if he ever shares anything with you and then you use it, there's people that will just laugh at it, but he won't. He is very he will be very touchy about those things. If you ever, even if you don't use it being vile, being like mean, I just feel like he is very touchy about things, emotional things. Now, this person, you may know this person from when you were younger. So you may already know this person. You're not necessarily with him or her, but you may already have like share some memories when you were younger. So you may have gone to the same school or know each other from like the same neighborhood. may have met each other at work, in the past, but then you reconnect again. There's just this love for him, or this like, you care about him. Maybe you care about him before as friends or something. There's just like, you share memories. And now this will also play in your relationship, like play a role in your relationship, because there is a mention of, because of the shared memories, is that I'm feeling like this is why you go back to him, or you two come back together. This could also be like high school sweetheart, I'll say, because there is the dating part that you two could have dated, but in a very innocent way, and it wasn't maybe done the right way to begin with, but it couldn't have been too toxic to leave like such a bad imprint of you. It's more of like sweet memories. So maybe this person was kind of more of like a high school sweetheart. Okay. There's also mention of, some of you could actually be like, I mean, soulmates are people we already know, right? So there's definitely like that sense of familiarity. When you met this person first, you kind of felt this curiosity towards him, like you were curious to get to know him better, because there was this sense of familiarity, like you could feel very comfortable around this person. Okay. And I'm not saying that you felt attracted to him right away. No, it's more of like, there's just something about you that makes me feel like I have met you in the past, right? But for some of you, it's more of like, you have sweet memories of this person, whether you dated him or not. And this plays a big role later on for you to open the doors to him, the doors of your heart. And now this contemplation, desire, grace, all major arcanas, and this is talking a bit more about your connection. He is okay. I feel like just like I said, he may be a bit impulsive. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he be impulsive when it comes to his emotions, okay? Because with this Tristan and Isolde, I guess a lot of you already know the story. And like, instead of being straightforward with his uncle, I think it was his uncle, and telling him about like, he loved his uncle's fiance, or his wife then, he didn't, and they just elope. So I do think that this person may be impulsive, but he just really, I will say, he loves you. He may also even reflect you. I'm not saying that you two will elope, but there could be this bless you, baby. I don't know if you heard, my dog just sneezed. There may be reasons of like, why things didn't work out to begin with. Maybe parents were not approving of this. Maybe there was like some religious reasons here, or tradition, cultural, religious reasons why you two could not be together to begin with. Or there's like this story of like, a bit of like, no, we need to elope, That is interesting. Something that won't apply to a lot of people, but they're just mentioning, some of you actually that chose this pile got together very young and actually already started a family, like at a very young age, I'll say. And didn't necessarily eloped, but started your like new life at a young age. Maybe you guys were not expecting it, even like had a baby or something together. I do see like a theme I'm seeing a lot is like people being meant to be together. And I like to see that, because that gives me peace of mind that people are following their intuition when it comes to their forever partner. Can you tell me a little bit about kids, the type of family they're building? There's just one card. I do think that some of you would actually be separated for some time, but this person will never stop thinking about you. That's what I'm seeing. This person will never stop thinking about you. He may be very immature, so many years will pass by. And this is only if you two met when you were younger, Okay, I'm not talking like if you two met when you were in your 30s. I don't see this person like you two being separated, but I do see some of you, if you met when you were more like in high school or university, there may be like, 5-10 years later you meet again. Okay, that is something I'm getting from here. So he never stopped thinking about you. He may have been a bit immature about it, about even like maybe dating someone else or even getting engaged to someone else. But I don't see, but like, and that is the immature way. And then he changed his mind last minute. But that is only for the people that met when you were younger and actually dated when you were younger. That's what I'm getting. But he always hoped that, like, he always knew you were the one. Okay, there is definitely marriage involving here, 100%. I do have this sense of like tradition as well. Like there's like this traditional need of, sorry, there is more than legal marriage. There is a traditional marriage here. So this could be a cultural marriage, or a religious one. So maybe one of you two is more religious than the other, and it's like, okay, the legal marriage is not enough for me. I really need to get this done this way, And yeah, it is beautiful. And they're also like, I was just going to say, you two will have babies. You two will have kids if that's what you want. I do see, I was saying like, yeah, I do feel like babies, and I just wanted to confirm. And yeah, definitely babies. I do feel like they will come very quick after marriage as well. Let's look at and you got marriage here. So 100%, you two will marry each other. I do think that once that you come together, it won't take too long before you marry each other. Okay, I see you two, once that you're back together or together for the first time, I do feel like you two will marry pretty quick. Yeah. And once again, let me just remind you, just in case that I wasn't clear about this, I do feel like there is tradition involving here. So you may be from different backgrounds as well. Let's see. Also, another thing they're telling me, this person is very social. He has a lot of friends, or she has a lot of friends. Like this person is not an introverted. This person has a lot. He may be introverted, but he definitely pushes himself to have a lot of friends. But he is very sensitive and emotional. And I think that's the part that you get. And then on the outside, he is like this free spirit, like social person, but the emotional part, you get that part. Like you get him at that level, because I don't feel like that's how he shows himself to his friends necessarily. Let's look at the zodiac sign. They're not giving me one second. And then I'm gonna finish the reading with giving you the letters of his or her first name, and then also reminding you, I know I did it in the beginning, of subscribing. If you can subscribe to the channel or just give it a like or leaving an emoji as a comment will be really, really, really helpful, and I'll really appreciate it. I'm sending you an energetic hug right now. Now here, okay, this person is a Capricorn. Okay, this person, for a lot of you, this person is a Capricorn. This is not a zodiac sign, or a Gemini. Ooh, and this one is not a zodiac sign. So Capricorn or a Gemini. So this is interesting. Let me see. This one that like fell is not a zodiac sign either. And I would say that it's because it got like all type of energy in here. But like I said, maybe I'm just getting this person, definitely his or her moon is like water element, and this is why he's such like a sweetie in the inside. Now let's see the first letter of his name or her name. So you got C as in Claudia, Y as in yellow, A as in Adam. Let's see, I want a fourth one. And X as in Xavier. Okay, so you got C, Y, A, and X, group number 3. So I hope that this reading was, entertaining, because this is more of an entertaining reading more than like a guidance. So I hope that this was entertaining for you, that you enjoy this reading, and I will be seeing you on my next reading. And if you do want a private reading at any point, just remember my official website, my only website, is in the description box. And yeah, see you soon. Bye. Hello, and welcome to your reading group number 4. If you chose this beautiful Peruvian opal. Now, to me, it was really important to use the crystal that was kind of the same color or the same type of crystal for all my groups, because I wanted to make sure for this specific reading, you, the viewers, did not go based on your favorite color, okay? And I really wanted to push you to use your intuition to choose your pile. Now, if me saying this made you realize that, no, maybe I didn't go with my favorite color, but I did go with my favorite number, and maybe I didn't really use my intuition for this, don't worry, go back to the intro. And take the time, even if it takes 5 minutes, take the time to choose the right pile. Or maybe as well, if you were not feeling connected with any pile, maybe this is not your reading for you, and not worries, okay? Let's now start with your reading, group number 4. Oh, that came out pretty quick. Now also, asking you for a favor here, and it's to subscribe or like give it a like to the video, or even leave an emoji in the comment section. That really helps. This is a brand new YouTube channel, and I will really appreciate it, okay? I need your support for this to grow. Now, let's start. So, who is this person who you are going to be marrying very soon? Well, not marry very soon, sorry. I didn't mean to say very soon, because I don't know. Maybe you already married this person. Maybe you're already with this person and you're just trying to confirm it. Okay, this is an interesting energy. This person, I'll say he is someone very creative. I'm gonna say he because I know that most of you that are watching may be women, and also just because for me it's easier to say, but you know that I mean he or she, okay? So this person is someone that is very creative, okay? I do think, I'm getting the feeling that maybe this person is an air sign for some reason, like he's very smart. So that will be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. He's like a thinker. He's someone who, I just feel like he has this creativity. Could be artistic, but not necessarily. He's just very creative, but very resourceful. He's someone who will not let others tell him what to think. He will, he is the type of person that may read something in the news and then be like, that doesn't make sense to me, like, I'm unsure if this makes sense, and I'm unsure if this makes sense coming from this person. Like, I don't know, I don't want to get into politics, but I just feel like he's someone who will question things. He is a thinker, not necessarily book smart, but more of like someone that is not gullible, like someone who has his own mind, he is, I will say, someone who is a hardworking person. He may carry a lot of responsibility with himself, so he could be in like the older child, or someone who just kind of really helped his family a lot, okay? Maybe could not be in the most obvious way, but he definitely felt very responsible for a lot of things. I'm not saying he had like a hard childhood, okay? I'm not saying like he had a traumatic childhood. This is not what I'm seeing in him. Like, I don't see darkness in him in that sense. Um, by darkness, I mean because you can tell when it comes to energy, people that have more of the darkness and they have worked through it, but the darkness is part of like it's beautiful in them and it's part of who they are. And here I don't see that. I don't see traumas. It's more about like sometimes, and that may be the Libra in him, he felt like it was his duty to help mom and dad, or like always help others, or always make sure like if someone needed like a hand, he was the one helping them even though he didn't even have time for, okay, or to do that. So I just feel like he's that type of person, he will volunteer himself. Now, if this is part of a complex he has or something, I don't know. We're not getting into that, but he is definitely a good Samaritan. He's someone who will, even when he's tired, like he won't give up. He is a fighter. That's what I'm getting. Now, with this Queen of Cups and King of Cups, this is really interesting because one of you may actually be a water sign. Okay, that may be you. And it's interesting because in every group, they actually gave me a couple. Because this deck specifically, I love it because you will see that it has the names of different people. There's that belong to stories, like different stories. I can't find one right now, but they all belong to different stories or Greek mythology, and they're specific couples. But for you, they didn't give me a mythological couple, but instead they gave me the queen and the king, which is interesting because you two, well, this is a couple, a match made in heaven. Like, this is soulmate love. You two belong to each other. You two are people that feel very deeply. And I do think that you will have the most profound conversations ever. And what I like is that how they came out were actually, looking at each other, because this one came first. So if it would have been the other way, they would have been like looking away. But you two are looking at each other. I do think that you two will have such a harmonious, loving relationship. I do think that for both of you, the most important thing is love, connection, feeling love, making the other person feel loved. So yeah, I really do think that if you are someone who's in love with love, you have found your match. And I like to see the queen and the king because those are versions of this deck that are very mature. They're emotionally mature. So you two, when you come together, you two are very emotionally mature. I do think that through life, you had to learn through your relationships. That is what pushed you the most to kind of grow as a person. I do think that this person, the person you're going to end up marrying, he may have may have gone into a hermit mode at some point in his life. Okay, I do see him like kind of getting away from everything, maybe like made a pact of like not dating anyone for some time, not being on dating apps because he really wanted to grow as a person. He I feel there's a reason why I'm getting the sense that he is an earth sign. It's the sense of, because I feel like he tries to get away from his thoughts. He feels deeply, but there is more of like a mess when it comes to his thoughts and how he organizes them. And he is not capable, well, he is having a hard time of like processing what happened during the day and not letting bring that throughout the night. That is something I'm sensing about him. Let me see if there's anything here as well. Anything else about him? Qualities. I do think like he is a seeker of the truth. That is something else that they're telling me. He definitely seeks for truth. He inspires a lot other, like he inspires other people. Right now they're just even telling me, like, if you go to a church or something like that, he will inspire people. He's someone who showers people with love. He is a big lover. I feel like he's a big believer as well. Whether is like he may become someone important in within the church, or within your like spiritual group, or within family. He's a point of reference. So in his family, he may be the one like his parents go to, or his siblings go to when something is wrong. They go to him. That's what I'm getting by he is respected, or he has like this thing about him. Another thing too that I'm getting is that this person may be older. Okay, like not 1 year or 2 years older, like a bit older. And this person may even already have divorced someone else, may have already have like history, which may kind of explain the hermit time as well. So I do think that this person may be more mature, emotionally mature, not necessarily because he got that emotional maturity when he was 20, but more because he is older as well, and he has lived so much more. I do think that he's someone who maybe did go through monetary hardship, but has now a lot of money. I do find this person, there's this sense of this person is important, but I don't get the sense of like he is driven by power. Like that's not what I'm getting, because there's another group that you could generally tell that the person is driven by ambition and power, but like in a good way, of course. But this person, no, this person is a lover. He prioritizes love, but I do feel like he has money. And I do feel, because you're this Queen of Cups, I do think that you two are taking the roles of man and woman, and I do think he will take care of you financially. And if you travel, like he will pay for it. I'm really getting that sense of this dynamic in which you're completely good with it, because if you're this Queen of Cups, like you're very in this feminine energy and you want to do that. And if you're a woman watching this, and this is sorry, if you're a man watching this, like the person is a very like feminine person that will be very nurturing. This is something I'm getting from the person. Okay, let's look a bit more into the dynamic, or not the dynamic, but like are you building a family together? Are you having kids? Having kids. Yes, 100%. You're definitely having kids. I will say even like 3 kids. Yeah. I don't know how many you want, but I'm like 3 is a good number in here. 100% you're having kids. I do think that you actually want them, because of the type of connection you two have. I'm really picturing like the 10 of cups and like having kids running around. And with the sun, you are definitely, you do want, I don't know if you want them right now, but you will have them. And it's like 3 kids in here. Let's see what zodiac sign this person is. And also, I'm going to ask how you're meeting this person. And while reminding you one last time to subscribe, to give it a like. This is the time in case that you forgot to do so. And adjustments are required. Try to come out twice now. So this person may be a Sagittarius. I feel like I saw Scorpio trying to come out as well. There's Leo. I do think if this one is a King of Cups, he may be a water sign. So as I say that, there's Pisces. So a water sign could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, but Pisces came out. So most likely, most of you is Pisces, Leo, or Sagittarius. Now, let me also look at, wait, what are the adjustments they're talking about for marriage? That's interesting. Like, it may be delayed, or what you thought, how you will marry, it changed. Maybe the timeline changed. But I see you two being very intuitive beings. And you two uniting, and like the promise. Maybe, okay, you know what? I do think that you are the type of couple that will marry and then will renew your vows. You're that cute couple that renews your vows. Was there something else I was going to ask? Oh yeah, I know what I was going to ask. Is there a specific way how they meet? Because there's, for every group, it's something different, like a different situation, or like, how do they meet? Okay, some of you actually do reunite, okay? Sorry. And so the second time is when you decide to marry and build a family. The first time maybe didn't go so well, but the second time it was better. And I do think like there's this story of him winning you over because there was something like he failed. And then you got you got heart-to-heart conversations and be honest with your feelings with each other. So I do think that there's a heart-to-heart type of conversation that defines your relationship. And there's like I really just see renewal of vows for you. So it could also be like the type of couple that do divorce or separate and then come back together. And same thing, like you may date each other and then you get back together. He's not gone for long though. I feel like he may have gone on a journey and then he comes back trying to win you back and be like, sorry, I was stupid because this was not worth it. You know, like I choose love. I will always be choosing love first, and that's what I'm getting from this. And let's see the first letter of the name of this person. Oh, we got 5 letters. Okay. So there's the letter N, actually twice. We got N twice. N as in Nancy. So N definitely is someone here. Important. Then R as in Robert. I love this ones are hearts. You also got D as in Dwayne. And then you got G as in Gabriella. Okay. So group number 4, this was your reading. If at some point you do want a personalized reading, just go to the description box and you'll find my website in there. Okay. I'll see you on the next video. I hope that this was entertaining for you because of course this reading is more of entertainment than anything else, but not to worry. Some of my readings coming soon will serve you more as guidance as well to make decisions or, to figure out your life path, your purpose in this world. So stay tuned. Bye.